guys, it's Veronica and I am bringing to you today a video about my Korean language learning journey. So I filmed this a couple times already, but I was so just like all over the place that it would have been a nightmare to edit, to be honest. So I'm trying again and hopefully I can stay focused. I also just want to let you know today Seoul has just decided to go from hot and humid to hot and humid and rainy and thunderstormy. So if you can hear some thunder or like rain in the background, sorry about it. Can't control the weather. So I guess the first thing I should explain is why I even got interested in learning Korean in the first place. I've been studying Korean off and on for about 3.5 years now. I started getting interested in Korean I think when I was still a senior in college, because that was when I first found out about this job and I was starting to get introduced to the world of K-pop and K-dramas, and they happened around the same time, so it was really kind of like a perfect coincidence. And because of those two things, like me wanting to move here and also like being interested in like the pop culture and wanting to like understand, that's why I was like, okay, yeah, I probably, if I'm trying to do this, I should probably learn Korean, yeah? So once I decided to apply for this teaching job in Korea, I started looking into different resources. I bought a few books off of Amazon that I was not ready to study from. I downloaded different apps. I actually found one really great app that taught me Hangul like really perfectly. Not perfectly, but really well. Yeah, I was just kind of looking at some very basic beginner textbooks, some basic beginner apps. I think I discovered Talk to Me in Korean around that time, but I wasn't using it that much. And also just like listening to lots and lots of K-pop and K-dramas. So that really kind of tuned my ear to the language, and I think it made a huge impact on my pronunciation now because I would like mimic it a lot. And I get hopefully they're not just like being nice to be nice and they mean it, but I get a lot of compliments from Koreans saying that like my accent or my pronunciation is really good, but pretty much every other aspect of Korean I kind of suck at, if I'm being real. So yeah, while I was living in the States, I did some self-studying from those textbooks that I had. I was watching and consuming Korean media. I wasn't really like practicing with anyone. I tried to do like what is it called? A language exchange or like pen pal thing online, and it really wasn't a good idea for me because I didn't have any language skills to like converse with people in Korean yet. But I did like make a couple friends from that, but it did not help me learn Korean. Right before I came to Korea, I went ahead and I bought some of those Talk to Me in Korean workbooks, and I think I got through 2 of them, and they were like pretty helpful. It was like a good structure at least to follow, but they are pretty like basic. When I very first came to Korea, we had to do a 1-week orientation where we learned about our jobs, and we also had the opportunity to take Korean lessons. And it was just self-evaluated, so I placed myself in like the second, like not the absolute beginner, but like the next level beginner class. And that class was really just, it was fun, but it was kind of a waste of time. We didn't really learn anything. It was just like, we played some drinking games in that class, so that was kind of cool. But other than that, we really didn't learn much. Once I got settled in Seoul, I started hearing about different language exchange groups, different classes for foreigners, and also I started to discover where the Korean textbooks were in the bookstores, and I was a frequent shopper in that section. I actually have a whole shelf just like full of Korean textbooks that I have bought over the past 2 years since living here, and honestly I have not finished a single one all the way to the end, which is a horrible habit that I keep buying stuff without finishing. So I'm working on that. And so for these past maybe like a year and a half, I've just been doing random bits of self-studying. attending random language exchanges every once in a blue moon. I also tried these free classes at a university that just didn't really fit me that well. And also just absorption, interacting with my students every day, my coworkers and my friends and people I date, and just like being out in the world, you know. I'm in Korea, so I hear Korean and speak Korean or interact with Korean people every single day. So that's a huge help for learning Korean. And the more that you put words and grammar into practice, the better it sticks with you. So like, even though I was doing some self-study on my own, like that act of studying was not what made it stick in my brain. It was like using it out in the real world. Nowadays, I have enrolled in these KIIP classes. I don't remember what it stands for. I can't. So I put it right here. Ding! I started that in level 2. So I took the placement test and they placed me in level 2, which is the upper beginner level. And I passed that test, so now I'm in the lower intermediate level. And I'm gonna tell you, it is hard, just by virtue of being a busy person, you know, having a full-time job, having a social life, and then having to dedicate my evenings 3 times a week to studying for long hours, and then studying in my free time. Is a little bit stressful, but I think it's worth it because I am learning a lot, and eventually these classes, which are put on by the government, they can help you get a long-term visa. So yeah, I think there's a lot of benefits to this class, and the teachers are great. So I'm really happy that I decided to do classes with a teacher versus just learning on my own, because that way people, like your teacher, can correct you, and it's a good environment. Everyone there is like, they are there to learn, so it's pretty fun. There's nobody there that's like, oh god, I don't want to be here. Maybe just me on like my bad days. Everybody else is like super motivated, so it's a good environment. And honestly, maybe like 2 weeks ago, I was feeling like doo-doo because of this class, because I just felt like so stupid. Like, why can't I understand this faster? Or like, why can't I be more diligent and like studying at home and like doing homework and things like that? Why can't I remember all these vocabulary terms? Like, why? And like, I felt like quitting, but I had a little like epiphany. I just kind of realized like, no, that's dumb. Like, yeah, I can do it. So I've got a lot more motivation to study for this class. We've got a test coming up in a couple weeks, so hopefully that goes well. And I'm also like newly inspired to go back to all of my textbooks that I have and start working through them, because I really want that sense of accomplishment of getting all the way to the end of a textbook. I have not done that yet, so we'll see. And of course, as usual, I still listen to lots of K-pop and watch dramas now and again. And my big addiction is going to the Korean 노래방 and just singing my little heart out to slow Korean songs that I know the words to. And that actually really helps my reading a lot, because you have to like read it really fast as the lyrics pop up. So if you're trying to learn how to read Korean faster, go karaoke. So my goals for my language learning are varied. I've got a few different reasons like why I'm studying and things I want to accomplish. So I'm studying because, number one, survival. Living in Korea, you gotta know some stuff about how to like do stuff at the bank or like with your phone service. Like, I want to be able to do those things. I want to register for a credit card by myself, you know? I'm also learning for like the fun stuff. I want to be able to enjoy more Korean music and more Korean TV shows. Just like, it's fun. Social, I want to be able to like be more close with my coworkers. I want to make more Korean friends. Also, I'm learning Korean and I'm trying to finish these KIIP classes. I want to get all the way to level 5 so I can apply for a longer visa if I want to. I just want that option. And eventually, it's not required for any reason, but I want to take the TOPIK test and really just like test my metal, and eventually I want to achieve like level 6 is the highest, I think, right? I really want to do that, and I'm great at dreaming big, but I'm really bad at like creating a game plan and sticking to the game plan. So who knows how long it may take for me to accomplish some of these goals, but it's definitely like a fire in me now, so hopefully I'll be speaking Korean more fluently in the near future. And if I'm not too shy, in a few months' time, I would like to make a video all in Korean, just talking about who knows what. That's it for this video. If you have any questions about like resources that I use, you can leave them in the comments, and then I will use those comments to focus some future videos where I can talk about like what books I use, what apps I use, what websites I use, etc, etc, etc. So if that's something that you're interested in, please let me know. Don't forget to like or thumbs down this video if you didn't like it. You can subscribe or unsubscribe if you don't like me. And be sure to follow me on social media. I've got Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. That's it, right? It's all the same username. It's Veronica, guys. I got a blog. You can check my blog. And I think I'm done self-promoting. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day. I hope it's not too humid where you are. And yeah, thank you. See you next time. Bye. Oh my god, there's huge thunder just now. Not thunder, what am I saying? Lightning. Oh my god.